because I'm upset with you about what you did at the end. Hey guys, so it is Sunday, February 27th. This is the start of the next month's vlog. This is not the mini vlog, this is just the start of the next vlog. The most likely end of the month vlog. What I'm planning to be the end of the month. And, yeah, I mean, this month starts in a day. Yeah, the 28th. So, might as well start today. February has been interesting as I closed out last vlog. Where I didn't do as much work as I wanted to or had planned. So this month I'm going to start editing my novel, The Princess and the Warrior, or Project Elf, if you knew it as that. And talking to some writer friends, acquaintances, some people already in the industry, and asking opinions, because The Princess and the Warrior, I want it to be a standalone. I don't want it to have any kind of expansion. Even if it were to be like a hit and people were to love it and want me to write more in the world, I don't. I think that, not that I 100% intended for it to have a meaning behind it, I feel like it would ruin the now meaning that I ended up creating over time of the story if I added to the universe. If I wrote a sequel, or even if I wrote a prequel, it would just be too much, I think. Too much information, too busy. But I know that options and sequels and so on are really important for debuts. So after thinking about it, asking questions, I think I'm going to change gears. And I'm still gonna edit The Princess and the Warrior, mostly because who knows. But I'm going to start for sure working on the first Project Sci-Fi book. Sci-Fi romance, excuse me. Because I already want and plan for that to be a series. How long of a series? I don't know, because they're all going to be standalones, just in the same universe. So, I'm going to reshift gears and make that a priority and focus on that. I still want to work on the secret project. I'm still just dragging my feet on that, honestly. But for sure, I'm going to start working on the Project Sci-Fi Romance and working on the first book. I'm going to start actually doing some more intense world building and setting up to my normal comfort point of, okay, I can start drafting at this point. Because I never fully world build, and as I've said, I don't actually outline. I just kind of have like a skeleton outline of like points where I do need to hit, and I need to remind myself that I have to hit this to make it a concise story. And I want to also do a little bit of like world building, filling out of the world in general, being that this is going to be a series. Things will come to me with each book, I'm sure. Not that I've written a series, but honestly, a lot of my stories have always been series in my head. The book that I shelved, the YA book I was writing when I was in high school / middle school, once when I got the idea, I think it was I was in middle school, that was going to be a trilogy. The short story that all my teachers said that I should make into a proper book story, that's more on a back burner than shelf. I think it would be fun to do that. Was going to be a series of some sort. I don't know if it was going to be a trilogy, a trilogy. It was going to be a multiple book. The Princess and the Warrior is really the first time I've written something that is a self-contained story and book, and I don't want to expand. It was really interesting to have that change where so much of my work, I mentally had set it up to be multiple stories, and this one was not. It was straight to the point. It was concise. It was a open, closed story, and that was it. So I'm really hoping that still becomes something. It may not. It may just, be one of those first books that people just never get published, or that I maybe cannibalize later into another story. But I'm gonna focus on the sci-fi. As I've said, I've been thinking about that. I think sci-fi is resurfacing up, because even really looking at some of the stuff that Marvel Universe is doing in regards to and I don't know too much because I'm behind. I watched the Elementals for my birthday. It's very sci-fi, like science fantasy, like Star Wars. The changing of dimensions and realities, and Doctor Strange, and what I think is supposed to happen in Spider-Man, which again I haven't seen yet, all makes sense. It all kind of like folds in on itself as like a sci-fi / science fantasy-esque kind of world. And I think it's kind of where we're headed for right now. And again, I might not finish this book in time for this trend, but because it's gonna be a romance, I think it can survive in that sense. Even if I miss a sci-fi train, at least the romance part can push it along, hopefully. But yeah, and that was the other thing. Not that I want spoilers of like how my book ends. All my other stories have had some kind of romance element in it. Everything has had some kind of undertone of romance, and there is romance in The Princess and the Warrior. I mean, the title, you get the title later of why I chose The Princess and the Warrior, but the title references her and her love interest in multiple ways. And it was the first time I really experimented with emotions and feelings, and just not a black and white like love romance. So I think The Princess and the Warrior helped me a lot in growing as a writer, in growing my craft, and expanding my horizons as I was going into the romance world while I was writing this book. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to take my lessons, bring it into this very classic romance universe that's set in space that I'm going to do, and that's really the writing checkup of this story. Of the start of this one. Now, on the other side, I have also failed last month to do more than one post of TikTok. I wanted to try and post every week, and then I realized that wasn't realistic. Mostly because I don't know what to do, and I'm still kind of shy, even though I'm mostly comfortable talking to the camera here, pretty comfortable being live. Filming a lot of those silly videos kind of makes me nervous because I don't have a clean direction. And I've readjusted my goal of wanting to at least post twice at some point. Post my normal unboxing of the Stick Together monthly, which now not that I'm obligated, but I am an affiliate. So in order to hopefully boost the ability for me to get some money back and her to get money, Madil, gotta post something. So that's a given. And then post something else, anything else, whether it's a clip from a game or it's something I've saved, because I have saved a couple of things. TikTok is weird when it comes to making videos. It is a learning curve. And just post one other thing. It can be anything, but something besides the stickers. So this is my goal, I guess, for this month at least, and we'll see at the end if I did that. But yeah, and then I've been decently consistent with streaming. I still want to start dual streaming this month. Instead of being like set up and proper and ready to go, I'm not with OBS, and I think I need to just jump in, and I thought of a lot of excuses. And I need to just do it, or it's going to take me a century to move over. So we'll see. There might be a lot of craziness that happens with streaming because I'm going to switch over to OBS in the hopes of dual streaming. If I can't triple stream, I want to at least dual stream, minimum. But really, that's it. I just finished making the TikTok video for the March stickers that will be out. I haven't decided if it's later this week or next week. But yeah, so I don't know. In some parts I feel like I know what I'm doing, and other parts I feel lost still. As a creator, like, I think I have the problem still of having so many thoughts and so many ideas and being so excited and just not knowing how to channel it and not having enough time to do things, and the topper just not brave enough. Just like in school, I turned down the first chair in middle school for violin for orchestra because I was scared and nervous and didn't think I was good enough. And I turned down a few solos in high school in choir, or even duets, because I was scared and nervous. So, and even though I acted brave, I think at some points in high school, I was still nervous. And I feel like that translates now. The shiny newness of YouTube and going out there and Twitch is wearing off, and the reality of like me continuing to do this as a job, and I have to think about things, and there's this grace of that I'm not necessarily a newbie anymore, even though I'm still a baby YouTuber, but I'm not a newbie. And I feel like there's graces that you give to newbies that I might not have anymore, and I need to just do things. I need to do my research and make my version of a script, even though it's probably not going to be a script because I'm probably never going to really script videos. And actually do these ideas that I want, because this is the only way that this is going to keep going. This is the only way that I'm going to be successful and go, as if I take these ideas that I think are good and actually make them come out into reality. That I have to do that. So yeah, I don't know. Talking about that, I'm gonna go and probably set up one more thing and actually go to bed because it's kind of late. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what I get done and posted, and how, if I cancel any streams. I canceled 2 streams last month. Well, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish some stuff, and I will see you guys whenever I post again. Right. Bye. Hey guys. So it is Sunday, March 6th, and uh I had some revelations on Friday. So I started um trying to do a little bit more world building and outlining of the project Sci-Fi Romance, and I was trying to outline in accordance to the romance uh, book that I have that helps you like make better romances. And I was writing, and then I got sort like stuck at a part which was close. I want to say close to like the middle, would probably be the middle or like beginning middle of the book, or at second act, I guess. I don't know. And I was just struggling because my brain literally just like skipped that part and went straight to towards the end of the book. And even then, it was still like fuzzy. Besides, like how I want to end it. Slash, obviously, we know how it's gonna end because it's a romance book. I gave up. I gave up on the outline because I realized I was not making my skeleton outline. I was attempting to accidentally, probably actually outline, and I couldn't. I literally was staring at the page, trying to think, and just had like a tiny instant, tiny crisis. And I was like, nope, I can't. I even was like, okay, you know, I'll do something else. I'll work on some of the species, the world, and I just couldn't. It's like my brain fried just a little bit from trying to outline, and was like, we cannot do this anymore. Nothing. We cannot do nothing. I was like, I just need to start writing the book, and things will come, will flow better. Because yesterday, when I was thinking about it in my existential crisis, I realized with the Princess and the Warrior, I had done like a super, like what I said, a skeleton outline with like 3 or 4 points, and wrote down a couple characters and just a little bit of stuff about them, and that was it. And then I started writing the book, and then I would take moments where I'd stop and write the book, and then fill out a little bit more about characters or about world things. Um, the magic system in that was really important, so I had filled that out first, mostly because I had like a huge brainwave right before I started writing. And then I adjusted my skeleton outline as I was writing, and I realized I was trying to be what everyone else says unintentionally, and I just can't. This just proves to me that I am not an outliner. I cannot. I can try and I can sort of get there, but then I'd like have an anxiety attack, pretty much a panic attack of like my brain is not that far along in the story, and without more context to my story, I can't finish an outline. I don't know my characters enough. I haven't, like, I love them, but I'm not like in love with them. They're not my precious children yet for me to finish, to know the context of their whole story. Um, so yeah, so that's what I decided. We're just going to start discovery writing the book, even though I was thinking I wouldn't start. I wouldn't start until later in the month because it's gonna take more time to like world build, think about alien species. Because I really don't want to have like the token human species. I don't want to have like in Star Trek where they're called Terrans. Um, I don't want that human species. I might have a species that is symbolic of like humans, but I don't want them to be called Earthlings or humans or Terrans or anything like that. So uh, I was like, okay, well, I need to think of a couple of species to make sense. I have another story idea in for the series because I don't know what order they're all going to be standalone in a series, like a lot of romance books are, and they don't necessarily have an order in my brain of like this is the next book and this is the next book. I guess it will just be what I want to write next. Where I have an idea for a particular type of species and how that species functions, it affects the plot as well as whatever trope it is, the trope that I picked for that idea, or that came in connection with that idea. So I think of names and flesh out cultures a little bit more. I really also don't want to be accused of just copying Star Wars and Star Trek. Or Stargate or like Battlestar Galactica. I don't well actually Battlestar Galactica not much because they don't really have too much interaction with aliens. But I don't want to be accused of copying. I want to take inspiration. And I feel like there's a fine line that I'm gonna have to play with. But we'll see. If anything, my brain does not want to world build anymore, even though usually that's like my favorite part. But by trying to outline, I fried it. And we're just going to like super pants. Probably I'm gonna say pants over where I usually say I'm like a discovery writer slash like planter, and then now we're just gonna pants kind of because my brain needs a restart. Because I do want to write the story. I need a little bit of like a refresh. Like not, I guess not a restart, just a refresh. You know, you just hit the refresh button on the computer instead of like restarting your whole computer. Yeah, we're just gonna do that by starting the draft, and then I'll probably go back to world build some more, and then just kind of go back and forth. But yeah, so I have not started reading The Princess and the Warrior yet. Mostly because I was trying to finish the flash fiction for one of the games, the Older Brother Challenge. By the time this is up, because this is the end of the month vlog, the Older Brother prequel, no, prologue, will be up on Ko-fi. But the only way to read it is to go through, you have to either do a one-time payment or you have to sign up to become a monthly member to get access to the story and to all the other, well, to all the other stories, but technically you don't need to because they're on the website. So, but the Older Brother prequel, prologue, is the only one that's not. So that one, the only way to read it will be on Ko-fi for until I decide to post it public. I haven't decided when. It will eventually be there. And then you can always catch up on the series. I will be bringing the series back at some point this month. I haven't decided when. But yeah. So those are that. Those are that. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm gonna go. I gotta get ready to stream. All right. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, so it is Monday, March 21st. The World Wide Readathon was this weekend, or last weekend. I didn't really participate as much as I wanted to. But it happens. So, just got to my dad's house, and he's not here. I was not told that he was going to go off on an adventure or that he needed to go somewhere. So I'm waiting for him to text me so I can know where the hell he is. This is what I was worried about, because now my mom is taking the bus in the morning, and she has to get on the bus really early. My dad told me not to come early. That way she can try to practice driving, because he really wants her to try and get a license. So I don't know, but I had a feeling this would happen because I'm getting here at like a normal time for, if I were to drop off my mom at 9, I get here around like 10 something. Or if I have to stop somewhere, I get here around 11 something or whatever. So it's still like a normal time. And I had a feeling this was going to happen. So if he doesn't text me back soon, I'm going to have to call him. That might be him. It is him. So it was him. He went and took my mom to work because it rained. Then went to Home Depot and just assumed that he was going to be here before I got here. I think that sounds like trying to hide. What do you think? Either way, okay. So, I did get some stuff done on Sunday for the Worldwide Readathon. I wrote like a couple more pages. I think it was a couple more pages of the sci-fi romance. And then I finished, I'm going to keep calling it flash fiction. I don't know if it's flash fiction. For Pokemon Legends Arceus, the intro. I just need to edit it, and then I want to see if someone can read it for me and give me an opinion. So we're going to see. And then after that, then I can finally post it on the Ko-fi. So if you want to see that, that will give you context for the beginning, like pre-game, and it ties into my Let's Play of Shining Pearl a little bit. So if you want to watch that on my second channel, I can link it here or somewhere. The playlist for Shining Pearl if you want to watch that, and then you can watch my continuing playlist of Legend Arceus, either my streamed Let's Play, which I can also link, and then I have one edited episode of the first episode. But yeah, kind of gives context to like how am I playing the game, the thought process of what I'm doing for the character. So I did that, and then of course the video was late because I couldn't get it out on Friday, and then Saturday busy with work and stuff. So on Sunday, I was fine. Well, I finished it Friday night, but I didn't want to post it on Sunday, so I had it set up to post on Saturday. I posted it on Sunday. Finished and edited for the first day of the Tucson Festival of Books. I will get the second one edited, either get it up by Wednesday, we'll see, if not on Friday, and then probably Sunday will then be this vlog, if that happens. I don't know. So yeah, I re-upped some of my videos for the second channel also, so I'm updated to the beginning of April for Saturday uploads. And then I started the move to OBS. I was able to transfer over all my scenes, and then I need to figure out alerts. So I watched a couple videos, and to kind of continue with the theme that I have, I might make my own alerts. I don't know, honestly. We'll see what happens, because I was using a combination of Streamlab alerts and a combination of just GIFs I had made. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to keep that, if I'm going to do something else. I have to decide. And then I'm trying to figure out the bots. And then once I do that, then I can start streaming. I also have to decide if I'm going to download Stream Elements OBS Live to help me stream. I might do it as a stopgap for right now, to help me transition and then maybe get rid of it. I haven't decided. So maybe next month I'll start officially dual streaming, but we'll see. I did the big thing that's been holding me back, and everything else is all just small decisions and small add-ins that I have to do. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of an update. I felt like I did a lot, so I feel like I wanted to do it. I actually wanted to do an update yesterday, but every time that would have been appropriate, I was just like, oh, in a little bit, and then a little bit never came. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. The next, unless something drastic happens, the next update will probably be the end of the vlog update. I'm going to see if I can do a talk of like what I read, because I did read a little bit, what I read, and maybe stuff I watched. I'm not sure. I know I don't have too many clips, and like the last vlog was like 25 minutes, I think, or something like that. So I do want to add something more. So we'll see. I don't know. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go in and do some work. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so it's the end of this month's vlog, and it's gonna be late. And just wanted to wrap up the month and experiment with some stuff here at the end. So the month went okay. Actually, I started drafting a project sci-fi romance. And I got a little bit into it. I do talk about how I tried to world build a little bit and outline, or do my normal skeleton outline. Ended up somehow dropping into actually outlining, and then had like I fried my brain anxiety moment situation, and I had to stop and just started writing. I just purely started writing. And ironically, when I started writing, the Discord that I'm part of, that Stefan hosts, we decided to do kind of like group ups, meet up kind of things where we would kind of separate into groups and exchange work. So I started doing that at the same time. So right now, for the month, I have 2,438 words. Not all of those are good words. Of course, it's the zero draft, like always. But I have some work down, and I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm very excited for this, and I'm excited for the prospect of what this could be. And I'm kind of excited for, like, I love fantasy, and I want to write fantasy. I mean, I wrote, my first book was a fantasy that I do plan to edit. But I'm excited about the prospect of being a sci-fi writer, a sci-fi romance writer, and maybe bringing fantastical elements into sci-fi. They do that with contemporary speculative contemporary, I think that's what it's called now, which was urban fantasy before. So why not? Star Wars kind of did that. But like I've said before, I'm seeing a lot of sci-fi pop up. Just kind of suddenly, HBO is coming out with a movie called Moonshot that I've been seeing everywhere. I'm hardcore getting targeted with the trailers and commercial spots and everything, and I just really want to watch it. It's literally what I've been wanting to read, which seems like a cute sci-fi romance, and I have a feeling there's some fake dating in it. It kind of seems like it's dangling in one of the last trailers I saw. I'm trying not to watch too many of the trailers, but when I can't hit skip for a commercial, there's nothing I can do. So there's that I'm really excited about. So we'll see what happens with that. The next month uh, is camp, and I plan everything is going to come out late, and I might actually not even put up a full schedule like I've been doing. But my plan is to stream Sundays. Hopefully every Sunday, but I'm not going to hold myself to it because I need time to do other things. But if I do stream Sundays, it will only be writing in the spirit of camp. And this is just also another experiment to see, can I handle that? Can I do that? Can that just be my nano dedication? Because I can't write every day. I just can't. I have too much going on. There's too much to do for me to do that. While trying to be just like a content creator, I have streaming of games. I have editing of these videos, gaming videos, trying to spread myself to other content every so often to keep things engaged. So I don't have that time. But I can add in an extra stream to help me write more, but also to give other people more of an outlet to write. So I have that idea floating around for next month. And hopefully by adding in an extra day for writing and trying to stick more to my streaming schedule, I will be able to get more words down and write more. So we will see what is happening with that. Yeah, I also have decided, because I'm trying to learn how to balance everything and it's getting very difficult, I am not gonna take this long of a break anymore, ever again. Maybe a month, like someone else had recommended, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do like 2 months or 3 months. No. Next time, I will only take a month break in between projects if I feel like I need to, and that is it. Because it is very difficult. It's been very difficult for me to get back into it. I got very used to just streaming games, playing games, doing like little writing projects here and there, and not needing to actually be like, no, I have to do this on this day and this on this day and this on this day. It was like I have more freedom. And maybe if I was only a gaming channel, that would be easy. But that is not the case. I am an overall storyteller content creator, and stories is a big part of this channel. Written story, my personal written stories. So I need to figure out how to manage myself again. And camp might just be the punch I need. Also, I want to start dual streaming with OBS next month at some point. I have a lot of things put over. I need to take another weekend to finalize my alerts and figure out how that's going to do, finalize moving the bots over. And I need to get a hold of Stream Elements and talk to them, because being that I changed my name so that my VODs channel and my Twitch channel are the exact same name, Streamlabs still has the original Dolores Madil, and because it's not that anymore, it can't talk to itself anymore for whatever reason, and yeah, I need to fix that. So there's that, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the end. I did go to the festival, which you'll see like a really quick quick run through. I think it's like a minute or two of footage that I set up, and you get to just see kind of like pieces of things. If you want a full look through of that, I can link it again if you want. If not, I linked it there, and you can check out my vlog for the festival. It's 2 videos. Second video is very long. Be warned. But, yeah. Now for the added segment that I don't know if I'll add every month, but I'm going to experiment this month, is what and if did I read during the month? I want to at least read one book a month starting out. I'm not turning into a booktube channel, but this might encourage me also to read more. I think I definitely hit a slump at the beginning of the year as I took a writing break unintentionally, though I did catch up on TV shows instead. But yeah, so what did I read? I read, the first book I read was Winter's Orbit, which I think I did talk about at some point that I read it. Because I think I finished it right at the end of February, honestly, but Storygraph counts it for this month, so I'm just gonna mention it. It was a sci-fi romance with a gay couple. There was an arranged marriage, which I love arranged marriage, and it was really cute. Be warned, I hadn't put content warnings on my review, which I didn't really write a review, but Storygraph gives me a good cheat where I can just press a lot of buttons and give content warnings, and if I don't want to write anything, I don't feel like I have to. But Winter's Orbit does have a lot of graphic and talking and like flashbacks of abuse and um, abuse really of a lot of different kinds from past relationships. So be warned about that. It's really heavy, especially when things kind of come to light more and both characters start to be on the same page. For the most part, it gets complicated. And I'll put a cover here. So I gave that a 4.75 because I really loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, probably honestly, the only thing that would have maybe given it that 5 ranking was if there was more space. But there was enough to satisfy me. Okay, then again, in my search of wanting to read more sci-fi romance, as I'm writing sci-fi romance, even though I am aware that what I'm trying to achieve probably isn't very common, Winter's Orbit really is the thing I've seen the most. That is what I want. And this movie that's coming out on HBO Plus, Max, whatever the streaming services, also might be. But again, that's not a book. I read Mated to the Cyborg General. It's a book by Kurt Tinsel. And I know Kurt Tinsel, I think, is the audio person. And then Ariela Sky. Again, I'll put the cover here. And it's the series is Cybernetic Hearts, and this was the first one. I gave it a 4. It was good in the sense of like what a quick romance read is. There wasn't a lot of plot. There wasn't a lot of like building of the world. Really, it was very much here's character here, here's character here, throw them together and force them to be together, and not like good forced proximity way, just they're being forced together and they kind of just fall in love because they're next to each other. And I can like forced proximity. It can be done nicely. I just didn't like this. The sexy times were nice, and there was an adequate amount of description of things, but it just kind of felt generic to me. As someone who really likes androids and the depiction of robot like humans and androids, because they're two different things. I was hoping when I read it, I was like, oh, Cyber General. And when I read it, I was like, no, this sounds more like an android. No, it was a cyborg. A weirdly confusing kind of cyborg, but it was a cyborg. And I just don't know. That I have nothing against cyborgs. I'm just very much into the like artificial being human kind of thing. So the next one was a better one. I read The Coward by Stefan Iron, who has a YouTube channel, which I'll link down below. And his Discord was the Discord I'm talking about that he runs. This was the first book in a duology called The Quest for Heroes. It was awesome. I really, really liked it. I gave it a 4.75. And yeah, I don't know why I didn't give it a 5 rating. I just felt like it wasn't just like there. I don't know. Instinct told me 4.75. So that's what I did. I loved it. It was great. He did so much research. One of the characters, I won't tell you which character, but it's very obvious the moment you start reading it, really, has PTSD, and the descriptions and the depiction of the character experiencing it is so real, is so obvious as someone who has family members in the military who came back home with PTSD. I've worked with soldiers in the hospital who have had PTSD. And even though I haven't seen it to some of the extremes that he depicts in this book, I could tell that there was research. I could tell that he wanted to be authentic and genuine and give respect to our warriors, which are our service men and women, service people, justice for something that many people to this day, I feel like don't fully understand and don't fully realize or appreciate. I enjoyed this. This was really real. There was a lot of raw emotions, a lot of raw feelings, and it was amazing. It was great. Just be prepared that you feel things. And there is something towards the end that I was very upset at. There's two things that made me not happy. There was one thing that greatly upset me. And because I had access to Stefan, the amount of restraint I needed to have to not personally DM him and tell him that I was mad at him. I did like a mini rant on our Discord, and he commented and was the sad. If you watch his couple of his last videos, not the most recent one, if you watch this when it comes out, but the ones before that, he's been laying the sass on Nick for his videos, which is him. It's like authentic him, but it's there, and he didn't know that his sass was on point with my comments, and we had some fan banter. But I'm still upset, Stefan. If you, for whatever reason, watch this, I'm upset with you about what you did at the end. Oh, also, because I do listen to a lot of female-led fantasy books, the main character of that book is male, and the male narrator has a very nice voice. If that matters to you, if you listen to audiobooks, very nice voice, very nice voice. And then going to my last one that I finished just recently. I actually have a physical copy of. I got it at the festival, and ironically, like a couple days later, my audiobook came in from the library, which is Where the Drowned Girls Go. I know it's backwards, I'm sorry. By Shauna McGuire. I'm saying that wrong. It's part of the Wayward Children's Book 7. This was very different. I gave it a 4.5. This was dramatically different from the rest of the series. And she tells you, it says so in the blurb. It says that it's a darker tone. All the blurbs, say something, mention it, and I knew it, but I wasn't expecting what I was getting. And so this one is about us visiting the sister school. So we've had the sister school mentioned a couple times in the series in other books, but nothing specific about it besides it's different. And the kids that go there are not the kids that necessarily are happy that they went to the world or had a good experience. Is kind of what we're talking about. But it is all that I read this month. But yeah, that's it. That is the end of this vlog. I have to edit this and get this uploaded, and I have to eat too. I'm hungry. It's late. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you watching this chaotic vlog and the chaos of my life, because I'm a storyteller and this is how I choose to tell and share my story. So if you don't have anything else to tell me or contribute, down in the comments below, leave me a salute. And like I said, thank you so much for watching. Stories and Prosper.